The best way you can support me is with a simple subscribe. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, how's everybody doing out there? Alright, so Tyga came out during the Breakfast Club interview last week. He was promoting his new tape. Bitch I'm the Shit Part 2? He was promoting his new tape. And in the midst of the interview, he said, look, Birdman owes me $12 million. I'm not even stressing it because Wayne ain't got his 50-something million dollars. Once Wayne gets his money, then I'm coming for my $12 million that Birdman and Cash Money owe me. He was like, in fact, not only does he owe me $12 million, I had to pay to get out of the label, paying close to about $1 million to get off the label, right? So then Tyga's like, not only would I had to pay $1 million, instead of just taking it off the $12 million that Birdman owed me, I had to pay that out cash to get out of that deal, right? So instead of it being $11 million, because he owes me 12, he made me pay that, and then he still owed me $12 million. So obviously Tyga has a reason to be upset if this is true. But Birdman, a source close to Birdman told TMZ that that's not true what Tyga's saying, all right? He says Tyga actually is the one who walked away still owing the label money, and that Birdman didn't have any problem releasing him because the sales from Tyga's projects were sluggish, all right? I don't know if I believe what he's saying. I don't know if I believe what Birdman's team is saying or this report, because if even if Tyga's struggling, you don't let somebody out of the label. You make them fulfill the album requirements and whatever it is, make them work to try to get. If one album can't sell the requirements, shit, make them put out 2 or 3. Do whatever it takes if they can't fulfill their end of the stick from a requirement standpoint. If it's not just albums, if it's financial requirements, make them stick around. You saying you wanted to release Tyga, I'm not gonna lie to you, Tyga look like he's in a good space, and I haven't really checked out that Bitch I'm the Shit 2 mixtape yet, but I hear people say it's decent. It's not the worst thing that they've heard. So it looks like since Tyga's gotten his freedom, he's back to making decent music, right? And if I were to have a conversation with Birdman, my question would be, is everybody lying? Like, if one person lies because they can't make good music anymore, and they're like, man, the reason why I can't make good music is because I got some money. I can't make money. I ain't making money. They not paying me over there, so I'm not in a good space. I ain't got the money to get my features cleared. I get it if one person says it. But now we're talking about dozens of people. You're talking about Birdman not paying a lot of people the correct way. You could take it back to the Hot Boys and Juvie and Manny having disputes with Birdman over money back in the day. You could talk about Wayne and the $50 million that he's owed. We'll get back. Hold that thought on Wayne. Tyga's come out. I love to see Drake and Nicki come out, though. I feel like that could be the end all. The thing with them is they make so much money elsewhere. Whatever Birdman owes them, I don't even think they care, because Birdman always clears their projects. He always makes sure they have a nice rollout flow for their album. But you talk about a guy like Drake, he doesn't really need Cash Money for anything from the rollout standpoint because he has an Apple deal. So Apple takes care of most of the work for him. And Nicki hasn't put out a project as of recent yet. But Birdman has been on record of saying whenever Nicki's ready to put out a project, they're going to be ready. Cash Money, the label's going to be ready. But I would really want to look into that a little bit more, because Nicki's been talking about this album for quite some time, and we still ain't got that body of work yet. It's been like, what, 2-3 years since Nicki dropped? So I'm starting to think there might be something up with Cash Money and putting out Nicki's project, right? Similar to what's going on with Wayne. And speaking of Wayne, what I was saying is, like, when you talk about somebody in Lil Wayne was doing millions the first week. We can never forget that, right? We can never forget what Wayne is doing. So it just doesn't make sense to me that a guy in Wayne who loves putting out music, he'll put out 3-4 tapes a year at his peak. He put out an album, maybe even 2 a year at his peak. You mean to tell me that guy just doesn't want to put out music anymore? You mean to tell me he's lost the itch to put out music? There has to be something to what everybody is claiming about Birdman. I mean, you can't seriously think everybody's lying on your name, Birdman. And it looks like he's claiming Tyga is lying on his name. He's saying we don't owe Tyga anything. If anything, Tyga owes us. I don't know if there's a disconnect on how Birdman does business with everybody else. Maybe he thinks he's entitled to more than what every other label is claiming that they're supposed to get. I don't know. Something seems off. and it just doesn't make sense. Everybody complaining about their situation at Cash Money? I don't know. Mr. Taliaferro TV, I want your opinions in the comment section below. Talk to me. I'm going to do some more research on that Nicki situation, though, because there has to be a reason why she's not putting out this project. And don't give me she's just still in the studio creating. Get out of here. It's been years. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty. Yeah.